Hello and welcome to Scrapping on the Fly. My name is Kristen and I am here with day 30 of 30 Days of Sketches with Christy's Beautiful Life. Day 30, oh, I already said that. Today's exclusive sketches by Natalie Dill. I am documenting my daughter and me at one of her doctor's appointments using some scraps that I have left from my Spectrum Gardenia by 49 and Market. I have some laser cut leaves and some ephemera. I've got some rub-ons and I've got a white cardstock that I'm going to use to base everything on. So I've got my papers, my mixed media, my embellishments, my picture, and the sketch. So let's see how this goes. So Natalie's sketch is gorgeous. It looks perfectly lovely for something like a vineyard layout or drinking wine or something, because that's what, like, the embellishments and stuff she's got on here. I could see doing a vineyard or wine tasting or something kind of sketch with this being like a purpley colored splatter, because that would be fun. But anyway, I go a little bit differently. No wine for the pregnant lady in this picture. I distress the outside of my picture, which I don't do very often. The lovely Tara, the paper snob, does distress her picture sometimes, and I just never think to do it. So today I was looking for some distress look because the sketch kind of looks like it's got torn bits and stuff. And because my picture's so big and the space that I'm working with is a little bit smaller, I am trying my very best to give as much of a distressed look as I can. So I do tear the entire paper around the picture, and then I've distressed the picture. And then I'm going to put that on this orange paper. Now I distress 2 of the 4 sides of this paper and tear one side. And then I'm going to put this picture down here with the red matting. And then it's not going to work for me because it's covering too much of the splatters. Now, could I go back and splatter some more? Certainly. It's not what I'm looking for. I want the splatter to kind of be contained in the middle, and I want the paper that I'm working with to just be a little bit smaller. So I tear some more off on the top and the right, and that works for me. So now 3 sides are torn, 1 side's distressed, and we're going with it. So I turn it around. I start with the laser cut die leaves from the collection, and I just start with pink. I've already used all the red ones up. So I start with pink, use some orange, green, blue, and purple, and get those across the top. Originally, I thought I would put something up there to cover where they end, so the little ends of the twigs or sticks or whatever that the leaves are coming off of, the limbs, isn't exposed, but I kind of like the way that it looks, and so I decided to just leave it alone. So once I get those little leafy bits on there, I'm gonna leave it all alone up there and move on to the cluster in the bottom right corner of my that orange paper. So I get the leaves up here in rainbow order pretty much. I don't mind some of that orange peeking through. I just wanted it to be a pretty hefty leafy bits. I do have more I could have put on here because there's kind of a gap in the blue and purple, but I'm okay with that. I really just wanted coverage and the leaves up there. I was concerned that I would never use these because I don't use a lot of purple, because there's not necessarily a lot of purple to work with in layouts or in collections. So I was happy to get some of that used on here. And then I turn it around and work on that cluster of things. On her sketch, she's got like a little wordy bit and like a title, a couple layers of embellishments, and then like a little wine bottle. I'm going to put a ticket down there, a couple leaves, and this little like thing that tells you how to plant tulips or something. And that was just a scrap from, I've used part of it already. So I just tucked that in. I really just like the contrast of that white and black on top of that orange and underneath that red paper. So I really have all the rainbow colors on here with the red paper that I've matted my picture going through the spectrum. The only thing that's missing is yellow, but there's really not a lot of yellow, or any yellow maybe even in this collection. Oh, there's some flowers I think that are yellow. So anyway, I am using the rub-ons to put a title on here that says Believe in Yourself. And then I also am using the rub-ons to put, there's like a little label in the top left corner of the layout. And instead of putting a label or anything up there, I am going to use these rub-ons with like the little paint or color swatches. And then I take this black swatch of like speckles and stuff, and I put it on the orange paper. There's a gap of space right above the little tulips thing, and I decided I would put something there, just to give it a little something. I didn't want to put the splatter on there, but I also didn't want it to be completely empty. So I put that there, and then I'm mostly done. I use this little stitching thing because I realized the title is crooked, and so I put the little stitching thing on here to kind of make it a little less cockeyed looking. And then there's not a lot of splatter up in that black corner, so I've used Illusion Shimmer Spray by Diane Reevely originally, but I'm finishing it off with some Ranger enamel accents just to kind of put more of a random splatter up in that corner. And I take it all the way around in the random places just so that same texture is there. And so it doesn't look odd to just have that cluster of it up in the top. So that is it. Here is the close-up. I am going to journal very briefly and literally just write on here, me and Katie at the doctor, and then put the date, because there's really not much more to say. We went to an OB appointment when she was pregnant with my grandson, and that's about all. There wasn't much more to it. And I think this was in June. So I'll have to look, but I'm pretty sure it was like June the 4th or something like that. I got to hunt the date down and write that in there. So I would love it if you'd go check out everybody who's hopping along with 30 Days of Sketches. That information, there's a playlist. You can also go to Facebook, to Christy's Beautiful Life with 30 Days of Sketches with Christy's Beautiful Life. I'd love it if you give me a thumbs up if you like my video and or my layout, and I'd love it if you'd subscribe if you haven't already. Thanks for hanging out with me today. Tomorrow's the last day of 30 Days of Sketches. I know it's 30/31, but I hope you'll come and check that out, and I hope to see you again really soon. Have a great day, and I hope you get a chance today to do something you love with someone you love. Happy scrapping.